And now, at the final edge of this journey, something subtle but powerful happens. You stop seeing YouTube as a platform that controls your success, and instead, you start seeing it as a system that responds to how you use it. And that shift alone changes your entire approach, because now you are no longer waiting for the algorithm to bless you. You are learning how to communicate with it through your content, your consistency, and your clarity of purpose. Because the truth is, the algorithm is not your enemy, nor is it your savior. It is simply a system designed to connect viewers with content they are most likely to watch. And if your content aligns with viewer behavior, it gets recommended. And if it doesn't, it fades into the background, which means the real focus is not fighting the algorithm, but understanding the audience it serves. And once you understand that, everything becomes clearer. Your titles become more intentional, your thumbnails more strategic, your content more structured, and your brand more consistent, because now every decision you make is guided by a purpose: to connect with the right audience in the most effective way possible. Now reflect on your entire journey from the beginning to this point, not as separate moments, but as a continuous evolution where confusion slowly turned into awareness. Frustration turned into understanding, and uncertainty turned into direction. And in that transformation, you didn't just learn about YouTube. You learned about thinking strategically, about analyzing deeply, and about building something with intention. Because what you've gained is far more valuable than any single viral video. You've gained perspective, and perspective allows you to see beyond short-term results, beyond emotional reactions, beyond temporary setbacks, and instead focus on the bigger picture, where growth is built step by step, decision by decision over time. And this is where many creators finally realize that success is not about luck. It's about alignment. Alignment between your content, your brand, your audience, and your execution. And when all of these elements work together, growth becomes not just possible, but inevitable over time. But alignment doesn't happen automatically. It requires constant adjustment, constant learning, and constant refinement, because as the platform evolves, as audience behavior changes, and as trends shift, your strategy must also evolve to stay relevant. And the creators who adapt are the ones who continue growing while others fall behind. Now imagine yourself continuing this journey with everything you've learned, approaching each video with intention, analyzing each result with honesty, improving each element with care, and maintaining a clear brand identity that guides your decisions. And over time, something remarkable begins to happen. Your channel starts to feel established, recognized, and trusted. And that trust is what creates momentum, because once people trust your content, they don't just watch, they return, they engage, they share, and they become part of your growth, helping your channel expand beyond what you could achieve alone. And that's when YouTube stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a system that works in your favor. But none of this happens without action, because knowledge without execution remains just information. And execution is what transforms ideas into results, and results into growth. So the real question now is not what you know, but what you choose to do with what you know. Because you now have a clear understanding of what it takes to build a channel, to create a brand, to grow an audience, and to sustain momentum. And with that understanding comes responsibility. The responsibility to apply it, to improve, and to stay consistent even when results take time to appear. And if you do that, if you stay committed to the process, if you continue refining your content, if you maintain your brand identity, and if you keep learning from every video you create, then your channel will not just grow, it will evolve into something far more powerful than you imagined at the beginning of this journey. So as this final chapter closes, remember this: YouTube is not about perfection, it's about progression. It's about showing up, improving, and staying consistent long enough for your efforts to compound into something meaningful. And the moment you commit to that process fully, and that's the moment your real success begins.